Guruji, sometimes it seems like all the new things modern life has brought are the source of just so much trouble. Other times, modern medicine and technology seem like wonderful miracles. In yoga, it seems like you have found a balance between tradition and innovation. How can we balance the old and the new, and also the techniques of yoga and modern Western medicine?
Medicine has not come to the world today. It's going on since centuries. So evolution on science is still progressing. Similarly, yoga is said to be as old as civilization, which was given by the Creator, Lord Brahma, to his children of his mind, like Narada and others, who carried this message to the other people. Life is dynamic. Life is not static. As life is dynamic, whether it is science or art or philosophy, have to see the dynamism or rationalism without losing the foundation which has been given by our old sages or by wise people of the past. We are only building up from that. Naturally, what was said centuries ago may not be the culmination, but may be a guide as technology is advancing, knowledge is advancing. But there are two types of knowledge which we should understand very clearly. One is external knowledge, known as technical knowledge, in order to survive in this world. The other is spiritual knowledge. Knowledge is also of two parts. In order to have a thorough control over the technical knowledge or the spiritual knowledge, you have to come back to yoga, where it says that the body, which is the temple of the soul, has to be kept healthy in order to experience the technical knowledge, or to understand the technical knowledge or the spiritual knowledge. Patanjali is not far off. When he says yoga is not only for bhoga but for apavarga, these are the words which he uses. Bhoga means to enjoy the pleasures of the world, and apavarga means to be free from the bhoga so that you can go ahead, where technical knowledge comes to an end, spiritual knowledge begins, which he beautifully mentions in the second aspect of yoga, where Shaucha and Santosha is the modern technology. But the niyama of Shaucha and Santosha, Shaucha means not what you normally read, taking bath, which has been translated in all the yogic texts. Shaucha means cleanliness. Cleanliness of the body within and without. It's not just without. Taking bath cleanses the body outside. How do you clean the body inside? That's why the postures were introduced, so the blood may circulate and give bath to the inner body. As you pour water over your head to keep the outer body clean. But by using this soap, your inner body is not cleaned. How do you clean the inner body? So as you take bath, you have to give bath to the inner body through circulation and respiration. These are the two gates. So by allowing these two systems to function through the yogic means, what do you experience? Santosha means contentment. Today even World Health Organization is speaking that 21st century they are going to bring only entire what you call health and happiness of the world, which is not going to happen at all. That's their motto, but they have not begun. Because 1990 is coming to an end, 1991 begins. So there is no practical method of the World Health Organization also to make the present people like you and me, whose foot are on the graveyard nearer than the youngsters. We are the people who produce children. The posterity is in our seeds. So have we taken the advantage of keeping ourselves, the inner body and the outer body clean, to bring that health and happiness to the coming generation? We have not done, except of course you are here, you are doing a little bit yoga, so you may be responsible for the 19th and 21st century for a better health of your children. What about the humanity at large? So this is the, still, though the technology has developed so much, still they are caught up between only these two, Shaucha and Santosha of Patanjali's. Health of the body and poise of the mind. And Patanjali says, this is the knowledge for the world which you have to practice, to live in the world happily, to enjoy the world, to live in the world happily. Then he jumps. Tapas Swadhyaya Ishwar Pradhana. Then begins the real yoga, where you have to practice without any motive to keep the cells of the body, trillions and trillions of cells, moment to moment, living, dying. Are we making use of them? Now they call it is a sedative life. The word is used as sedative life because the cells are stillborn cells and die without use. And that's why our health is a negative health, not a positive health. And yoga, having developed this positive health, says that you begin now the spiritual sadhana or the spiritual practice, that religiosity in your presentation, wherein you integrate the 5 shades of the body, as I said, the skin, the action, organs of perception, mind, and subtle part of the mind, which is known as intelligence and consciousness, integrate from outside to inside so that it is one, balanced one with the core of the being. And that spiritual knowledge known as tapas swa-adhyaya. Swa-adhyaya is self-study. What is self-study? Does not your body belongs to the self? So if you take the meaning from the external to the internal, you have to study yourself. Know thyself is very easy to say. Know yourself is very easy to say. But to know thyself, you have to unveil from the skin, peel from the skin one after the other, in order to keep the inner temple appear external to our eyes. And that is known as swa-adhyaya. When this comes, the self has realized. When the self realizes, says, learns humility, the ego disappears automatically when this knowledge comes, and that is known as pranidhana, surrender. That means humility has come to that person because the ego has disappeared, intelligence has become pure, so he has blended the technical knowledge with the spiritual knowledge, and he combines them, and he lives with a harmonious way, facing the world, facing the outer world, facing the inner world, and he leads a new life. And that's what yoga teaches. And that's how it has to be blended.